It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Should be scoping in here. By the way, just so you know, like what I do is I try and like watch everything a little bit and sort of get like, and I'll just sort of speak out loud my thoughts and sort of like how you're playing and stuff. And then I'll sort of like we'll go into like in deeper detail on certain concepts and stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Watching your back.
With the team, the comms are also a little bit scuffy. Like though sometimes won't be like scouting.
Yeah.
And like comms will get cluttered from time to time. So if it looks like I'm doing a dumb positioning thing with my team, it might be because of the team calling for it. Not.
Look at that pad so far. I wanna. I don't know if you scope in too much, but here you're getting some good quick scoping. You should have looked for. Should have looked for better anti on like rotation here. Like you see the enemy team rotating here, you should have actually probably gone wide and played over here. You got a better LOS to hit the sign here, so then you can get like a really nice anti.
Yeah, I was gonna go right side, but I didn't know if they were gonna go right side because there was no scouting.
Sure. I mean, like in general, I think like this is just the best place to be though, right? Because from here, then if they go this way, then I guess yeah, you can move over here. But like always assume they're going here because that's what most teams do. And also you can like also peek here and see if they're going there, and then they are. They're not going to come out instantly, so you have time to rotate. And so yeah, so not necessarily bad, but yeah, I definitely scouting could be important.
Hostiles.
I was just saying to play for Nano here.
Yeah, that's good.
I will keep you healed.
On right idea.
Nerf this. Get me.
Nade lives. Okay.
Activating self-destruct sequence. Here.
You have a mercy, don't you?
I will keep you healed.
Died.
Nerf this.
I felt like respawners were coming back, so I decided to just push on point.
Yeah,
I'm not ready
that's
to
fair.
hang it up.
I think it's okay.
Should
Should have won this.
Let's get you back in the fight.
This is going to hurt. Watching your back.
Routing powers forward barrier.
One of the biggest things I'll say is your nades are like great and all, but like I feel like you can coordinate them more with like your team's like positioning. And one thing I think you don't really look at is you're very tunneled on what you're doing. I don't know if you realize that. Like I don't see you like if I watch you play.
Yeah.
I feel like you're very tunneled on like what you're looking at. Like, do you often look at like where your like tracer ball is or like other people?
Tracer
So
here.
here, like I'll show you what I mean. So here you're healing ball, right? This is like great. So you're healing this, and that's good. Like right here, right? You could have had like a while you're healing D.Va, because this takes literally like no mechanical, like logical skill, right? Like this type of stuff healing is easy. So you can see that your tracer's over here, like on the left. You can see your Pharah is above. So you're like, okay, cool. I mean, you know, my tracer's sort of ready to go in. My Pharah has somewhat of an angle, not really the best place, but if I hit a nade here, my tracer could go in on it. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
Right
I do call that I'm looking for a nade or I'm throwing nade, and if it lands, I do call out that stuff, and I do try to time it with when my team's either in or they're going in.
Okay, but do you again? That's great, right? But what's even better is if you can see if they're like set up yourself. So what I'm asking is like, honestly, like, did you look at this when you're healing? Like an honest perspective. You speak the cursor, right?
I don't remember, so I can't really tell.
Yeah, but you get what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I get what you're getting at. This is the perfect time to throw it in as an aggro engage.
And like that's like better. Like obviously, like you know, you calling that nade and you calling like I'm looking for a nade. That's like the first step. Like that's like is super important. I'm never gonna say it's not, right? But then what's even better is if you notice that someone's already ready for it, right? And then also you do it then in that moment.
Like there, I was looking for a nade.
Yeah, and it's good. But like, and like, it's not really bad. Like your tracer was sort of ready, right? So your tracer went in. Obviously, he was sort of low, and it was a great nade. And like, it was amazing too, because you honestly hit the Kree, and that's like one of the best targets. Like you hit Kree, probably forces lamp. Because he's low. If you get BAP, it's also not bad too. He just died
The
instantly.
objective is
So,
now active.
I know with dive, I do time it with our setup, but our setup as dive might be bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Fair.
I do for a nade when like we natter and then nade kind of stuff.
So something else.
But outside of that
that's
comp, I don't know.
important is notice
The
how you're healing this
objective
diva,
is
right?
now active.
This diva, like you don't have like other area effect heals, so yeah, I get why you're healing a diva. Like you don't have a Lucio, you don't have like a Moira, and a BAP. But something else to think about is you just got to kill on a creep. Okay. Now you can tell this diva, and that's not necessarily bad. But if you do 70 damage on someone else too, that also like actually has like a massive impact as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just that damage drop off. And something else to even think about too is let's say you kill their BAP with that nade. Then instead of healing your diva and you look to do damage, right? That's inherently just straight up better. You get what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So
Watching your back.
In range of the objective. Form up on me.
Name.
pretty good though. See, your diva's low. You do that first. I like that. I like that a lot, honestly.
I'm under attack.
Plan happens. Miss that shot. Fine.
I have your back.
Like 60 for right over here. See how you like shoot the ball, right? Like this is something I notice a lot of honest do. Like dude's full HP. Like first of all, ball doesn't need the heals, right? He's got R, he's got shield, right, and stuff. So you just focus on your damage, and obviously shield damage is like pretty useless, but like just look for that instead.
Yeah, I think thinking about it, I think ammo management might be
Yes.
weakest, other than just me or like 100% of the time making sure I keep Nade in sleep for specific reasons, like primal and that. But that comes down to tracking.
Yeah.
Which I need to be working on. But
Like,
I think
also-
with Ana, it's also just ammo
Yeah.
usage, like reloading at the wrong times, or like overhealing.
And I'll be honest, it's a lot of like Ana players, right? But like, and like, it doesn't matter range. Like, I've literally worked with like contenders players, and they have the same exact issue. But it's like, what I'd say is when you see the really good contenders players, especially when they play like high rank, right? You'll see them get those 170 damage shot on somebody that's low and get to convert that to a kill. Or they like hit a squishy, right, instead of like healing like a diva, and then like someone else follows up on that 70 shot, and then you get a kill. Because 70 damage is actually like honestly like a lot of damage. Because if you think 70 damage in a ball slam and a fair direct, that person's just dead. So get like it's just like obviously Nade's a bit different, but just getting that value is
أنا
great.
هاخد بالي منك.
And obviously like reloading before fights start, right? When you're stabilizing, like right over here, like reloading a
You're
little
powered
bit.
up. Get in there.
Yeah, like
Hostiles.
Get back in
Like this
the
is
fight.
fine, right? Like for ball, it's a little bit
Defend it.
important if you can, because like armor. Dude, Otis needs to stop using E. He's using E a lot. He doesn't need to. Like here, like see how you're healing diva right now, but like instead of healing diva, you could be shooting a Lucio. I'm just giving an example, right? Or like
I
or
will
like trying to
keep
kill the
you
Reinhardt, right? Like you're like legitimately healing someone who's pretty much full HP. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm getting at.
Nerf this.
Get here.
Yeah, and then you push forward. Fine. Probably not the best. I mean, I think you could have stayed further back. I don't think you needed to chase
I'm
there.
not ready to hang it up.
But or you can go all in. I
أنا
mean,
هاخد بالي
sort
منك.
of. You can see it on
yeah, I
the
was
side.
just worried about
Yeah.
respawns.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have Nade and sleep,
This is
right?
going to hurt.
So, and I'll be honest,
Yeah,
you're pretty good at dealing with one-on-ones from what I'm seeing.
ده
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
هيكون مؤلم.
It's not just like bad.
I'll make quick
That's
work
fine.
of them.
Like again, as long as you make a
Will
decision
only
there.
hurt
If
for
you
a
just stood there and didn't do anything, that would be a massive problem, right? You made a decision, like that's fine. You should play for Nano here. I'm not sure why you. I mean, that's lucky.
You're covered.
Same problem here. A few problems here. So you sort of
I
talked
sleep
about it.
cooldowns here.
Well, no, you sort of talked about it right earlier. Is like they have beat, they have blade, right? How should you be positioning?
Yeah, just further back.
Yeah, which you already know the answer
On
to,
high
right?
ground.
Yeah,
So they
I-
can't rush onto me. Genji's the only one that can get on me.
I actually wouldn't want you to
Essentially.
be high ground, actually. And the reason why is because that makes the Genji be like, okay, I can kill you for free. I actually want you to be on low ground. Why? Because I want the Ryan or the Lucio to be like, oh, I can beat and push that person. Because if you're on high ground, you think they're going to push you?
No.
No, the Genji will blade you, and then like you either like pop off and you sleep
Yeah.
them, right? Like you did multiple times, which is great. But I want them to beat. I want them to beat push you, because then if you played it far away, then that gives time for your ball to use mines. You know, you to nano Pharah, and then you can essentially hopefully trade backlines. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, essentially
Whereas,
bait them in because
yeah.
we're playing for a hard poke with the
Yep.
Pharah.
Yep, and like you can just trade backlines because you have a mercy, and especially in a situation when you've got pretty much nano and mines, right? Imagine them just going in with beat, and then after that they have a nanoed Pharah, right? Just shooting their BAP, and then they have a mines right on your body. What are they gonna do? They can't do anything, right? But if you're over here, they're not gonna beat, and you're sort of in a weird position that like mine like a ball to like try to peel you with mines, or like trying to hit like try and like peel versus Genji is just gonna be awkward.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
other thing here is like this is like, if something to be honest, this is like a massive macro mistake. You guys are up 2 right now. Chill. Like your diva's shifting in, your ball's low. Like that should not happen. Right? Like if they're smart, what are they gonna do? They're gonna W key into your team. Right? So like nanoing Pharah and like because like you obviously playing further back and your diva like being a little bit more aware that they're gonna run at your team is important. So this is
That's also another thing. There is no ult tracking.
well, that's something you guys should work on. Oh, hey, start.
Oh, I mean, I think the team's dead, so you can't really.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I was just saying, that, happens.
Securing the
But yeah, should have realized that down 2. There's only
The whole
2 modes. They either hold the S key or they hold the W key.
Not my
Your
team. to me.
hypnotics in chat, and so is your main support. Your main support. But yeah.
Rip.
He said not all tracking.
I will keep
Let's see
you
here.
healed.
So.
I mean, there is ult tracking, but like, not consistent.
Yeah.
The pain.
Heroes never die.
Help me.
Again, like same problem. Like I'm gonna keep mentioning this, and I'm gonna be done with it after the matches last time, right? Like just sort of like your nades are honestly great, and I think like you like that's such an amazing shot there, and it leads to a kill. This nade's awesome too, but like you like heal this diva so much, right? Like if it like don't do that. Like focus on like shooting the BAP, like there, like that. This type of shot here, this is how you'll improve. More of this, less of shooting a diva that is taking unnecessary poke. Because I'll be honest, half the poke the diva's taking is just feeding. Your diva should be taking a lot of poke, right? Like if anything, you can shoot the diva maybe like once or twice every like a few seconds. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just less.
So like, if she loses like 50 HP, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
If there's a active team fight happening, but if she loses like 200,
Yeah.
then
Sure, right then, and also just think about it, diva has DM, diva has fly, right? Dude should be fine. They're using TD management. So I'd rather you again look for those insane like shots on a swishy, and get value out of that.
Shots find their mark. You're covered. You're powered up. Get in there.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Pretty good.
This is not your
How
time.
do you reload here? I'm just...
My
Activating sequence.
So notice here how you're overhealing a lot, right? Like it's honestly bad, right? What you're doing here. Just realize that like if the fight goes on, like right now you could reload. This is just a small optimization, right? Because now they're gonna come in maybe and you have to reload now. Like it's just like a small thing. Just keep in mind like the overhealing aspect, mid-fight stuff. I sort of like your mid-fight position because it seems like you're in a space. You're like, okay, I can't play here anymore. I need to play a set up in a corner. So you sort of move. And,
You're powered up.
approach
Get
it.
in there.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Oh, holy shit!
This is not your time.
that was just hard scoping, to be fair.
See you in
When you
the.
play on defense, I'm curious to see how you play here. Let's just look at this. It's a different style, so I'm curious to see. Also, if you're gonna play Ana with, don't play Ana with Rissa Sigma. That's rough. I'll play Ana with Rissa Tivo.
I was looking for a set node on TP, but they weren't running it, so then I decided to play here. And I'm just waiting for Tracer to go in.
I'll keep you healed.
I can hear her.
Yeah, good
Help
awareness.
me heal up. I need healing. I will keep you healed.
Nice, good job. That was really clean. I like that a lot.
You're going to live. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Feeling powerful.
You look tired. You're going to be okay.
Yeah, Ana is pretty good. I honestly think your Ana is better than your Bab, to be
Go.
honest.
I'll keep you healed.
Yeah.
You're
Either
powered
that or
up.
this tracer
Get
is
in
cool.
there.
Like, the DPS on enemy team is just really
I
bad.
could use some assistance.
Because some of your sleeps are just insane. And that's like a really big carry factor that a lot of Ana players
Team
don't
up for
have.
special attack.
Let's look at this.
I'm here with very many.
Here it comes. I could use
Enemies.
some
There's no way this like tracer is like not like losing his mind.
I think. Well, I think he did have a
Team up
rant
for
according
special
to
attack.
Ecart on Twitter after this.
So I'm just gonna point out again here that like you should just have like, sounds really weird, but you should just have like a scrim where you like just try DPSing a lot more.
Bedtime.
So like I'm
I
gonna show it
could
here
use some
again.
assistance.
This is
Yeah,
great.
I think I'm consistent with healing,
Yeah, you're
but I need to get consistent with healing and DPSing.
Yeah, like right over here, like you look at this, right? Like this is a great shot here. Then you like heal him again. Sure, that's fine.
Team up for
You don't need to
special
heal that
attack.
person.
Sig.
Like yeah, like then you go then after this, right? You then heal your tanks, right? Like you can go for the Ana, right? Like you're like over healing the dude when he's a mercy pocket. I understand when he's like 20 HP and you're worried that he's 20 HP and the mercy heals isn't gonna be enough, right? So
My
you know.
ultimate is
I think it's more that I got told ages ago, if you're up, just focus on healing so no one dies.
Yeah.
But if you're down, focus on DPS. But I think I
Yeah.
take that to the extreme of overhealing, maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree with that statement, but, and I think that's reasonable, but what I'll say is you're not up enough to be like, you know, you shouldn't damage, if that makes sense. You're only up one, I think, there, if I'm correct if I'm wrong, which is a tracer. I could be wrong, but that's not enough. Like, am I wrong?
I think it's a good general thing,
Yes.
but I think, like,
You're powered up. Get
don't
in
need the
there.
overhealing.
Oh, you're up two. Okay.
I could use some
Sure.
assistance.
Again, I will still say that, like, again, because your Pharaoh is getting healed, it's fine. But if it's only up two is not like, you know, enough. Up three plus or 4 plus, I'd say, is when you're like really in a good spot.
My ultimate is ready.
Then they have Nano Blade
yeah.
here.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I was playing for Nano Blade, and I thought playing all the way back here would be better than
No, you should actually.
playing on the high ground. But I think playing on the high ground in hindsight was better.
Yeah, I think high ground's better. I think another like option is like don't even play in the normal spot. For them to like get value, they need to know where you are, right? How many teams actually scout? How many teams like legitimately scout for where Nana is?
None,
None, right?
basically.
Very tall Ana. So yeah, just you know maybe like hide like over here, and just make it so they think you're there or something, right? Like just sort of hide. Like have you legitimately think about it, right? You don't need to heal to start fights, especially if you have like you know other ultimates you can use like Flux or something else. So
Yeah.
you know sort of like play here, and then maybe you can do a mid fight rotation where you come like over here and you heal this way, right? And maybe your Ashe plays over here now and you sort of swap or something. I don't know. Something else to also think about is play in a position where your team can like
Peel.
peel, but if it's a Nano Winston, it's gonna be hard to peel. Especially if he's got Primal. If it's like a Nano Blade, it's gonna be hard to peel. So inherently, what you want to do is trade. Just be honest, right? Like again, like you have a Mercy. Like trading is just inherently better. If you die and we kill their Brigana, we probably just win. So you'd want people to be somewhat split in its essence, so that like if the you know you get they get one kill, like they can't just dash and kill the next person, right? So I would say just be in a position. You can also like hide somewhere where you like maybe like hide like right over here, okay? And then they engage, and then you just look for a nade on somebody, and then your Pharah just shifts in and just kills the person, and then or maybe your Ashe just like shifts up and dynamites the backline. Like I actually
But
haven't
still,
seen
just
you.
play on that high ground and just hide.
Sure. Like hide over here or something. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Like-
not even there. Like the other, yeah, over there.
Sure. I mean, the problem is with here is like, I think like this is like a common spot. No, I've never seen an Ana hide over here. Have you ever seen an Ana hide over here?
Not really.
Yeah,
But
so-
I'm just meaning like just hiding and not ever peeking like in
Yep.
any of these positions, and so they just jump in and they don't know where the hell you are, and then they just try and look for someone they can see, and then you peek.
And like something else you could do too is you could like peek over here and like so they see like you're there, and then you could like essentially then just like move out and drop and then like come over here. But what if you do that?
Yeah.
Like you just completely bait them. Like you literally like, oh, like you like wave, hi guys, yeah, Winston, you see me, cool. And you back up, and then you just go over here, and then you like come back here, and now you're here now.
Yeah, like rotating
Yeah.
before the dive comes.
Yeah, and then that's just inherently better, right? Because then you live, they get baited to go there because they think you're there, and then you're just in a better spot as well. Okay. So I think that's like one of the really cool thing you can do that will inherently give you more value, and again you can look for like more like, you know,
60
good nades.
seconds remaining.
Mercy on call.
And the best part about that and why that works, do
Objective
you understand
lost.
why that bait works?
New defense
What's the
point.
logic behind why this
Objective B.
works? Like when you see,
Because they either blindly jump there thinking I'm there, and so
Why?
they just waste the cooldowns
Why
because they're
are-
not scouting.
Yeah, because it's because like they don't have LOS of this rotation, right? So you can like take this concept to other maps, right? Like they don't have LOS of like, you know, you like rotating through here or like over here. 'Cause, yeah, they're not scouting properly. Quickly speed this. How much is left in this map? I don't really want to. Alright, fine.
nfReach activated.
They do just full hold them.
Yeah, okay. I don't need to watch the rest of them.